Okay, natura non facit saltum means nature does not make a jump. So now we know. Now we know. Sorry. Another thing I forgot to edit, didn't edit my title of my stream. It merely says, I'll be back Sunday for more Syberia. Gotta learn. Our experience teaches us. Walked a long way and have not done much or seen much. Hope we get something at the end of this. Sorry, my chat is screwing up. Can't see it. Wake up. That's okay. We're gonna give it another 15 minutes. See what we can find, if anything. Then we'll call it a day. Yeah, bullcrap. This library is empty. Bullcrap. Yep, I can talk to that person.
Excuse me. Can I disturb you a second?
No.
You could be a little bit nicer about it.
Keep quiet. In case you haven't noticed, we're somewhere that requires silence and tranquility.
Excuse me. Can I?
No.
You could be a little...
Keep...
Yeah, I'm just getting a loading circle on chat. So, yeah. Woban, not sure if you're saying anything, but thanks for joining me again, bud. Appreciate it. I came from that direction. Let's go here. Let me fix chat. I don't like loading screens. No, sir, I don't like it. There's chat. There's chat. These must be the erections.
Good day to you, gentlemen.
Yes, I know they're
Tell me,
erectors.
young lady,
Yes,
to
sir.
what do we owe this pleasure?
But look at
Please
them.
do be brief.
These guys
We do
are
not have very
boners
much
if you
time
ever
on our
look at them as
hands.
a boner. These guys
As
are boners.
rectors of this university, we have
This guy
serious
especially.
matters to
Look at him.
attend to, and our time is precious.
But
I
especially
have
this
heard
guy.
you wish
oh,
to meet the
man.
owner of the train that is currently in your station. May I know the reason for your summons?
We are surprised that your train has not yet left, miss. The situation is most regrettable.
The rules do clearly state that trains are meant to come and go and not remain stationary at a platform.
Train should first stop, then subsequently leave. That is the rule.
We agree then, dear colleagues, that what we're dealing with is deviant behavior.
This matter really is cause for concern.
It's a clockwork train, you see? So it needs winding up again. Unfortunately, there is no equipment in the station to do this.
A clockwork train? That's strange.
How very quaint. You mean it's some sort of mechanical toy?
You are causing a hindrance to us, miss.
I am very hopeful that I will find what I need along the wall.
The
wall? Miss, that really is not a suitable place for you to go.
Especially for a young lady.
You see, miss, we freely admit that every day we praise the existence of that particular edifice. We owe the integrity of our dear
Is this Attack on
university
Titan?
and the fine education
Is
it
this
provides
Wall
to
Rosa?
the wall.
It protects us from harm and invasion from the unknown.
May God protect us from what is beyond those ramparts, miss. Please believe me.
I don't have any choice. I must continue my journey.
Such a decision is a correct one since it's in line with regulations.
Thus, your train will indeed be able to leave.
And consequently cease to obstruct our station.
Excuse me.
Miss, we find ourselves terribly...
Indeed, the situation is very regret.
A train should first stop.
You see, I didn't actually intend to stop.
No, not really. You mean to say you're not a student?
You have arrived a little late in the term, miss. Enrollment for this year has already terminated.
But as rectors of this university and therefore representatives of its highest authority, we could bend the rules a little, if you like.
You don't understand. I'm a lawyer from New York. Or rather, Valladolid, more precisely. My client wants to buy out an old mechanical toy factory, but its heir isn't actually dead and is living somewhere in Syberia. I've got to get to him to sign the sales contract. You see?
Not really. This
Yeah.
is a most peculiar tale.
He's right there.
A kerfuffle of the highest order.
You don't
We
hear
have an
kerfuffle. He
excellent
spelled
law
it wrong
school.
too.
If you should ever change your mind.
He spelled. It's actually kerfuffle. It's Kerfuffle. I think. Shame on you.
That idea of the station aviary is really very original.
It's the pride of our university. One of the specialties taught here is zoology, you see, and more particularly, ornithology. Proper study and instruction should not be limited to books. Observation of living matter is indissociable from theoretical questions.
It contains some very rare specimens that have been brought back from faraway exotic countries, especially for our university, by the world's most intrepid explorers.
Do you remember Alexander Valenbois and his peculiar bird?
Absolutely. His gift produced some very embarrassing long-term consequences.
A poison chalice indeed. It must be said the situation could have been much worse, however.
Oh, yes, it could have been terribly problematic.
Does the name Hans Vorl...
Ah, one of the brightest, most idealistic intellects to have graced our university. Hans Vorarlberg. I remember speaking to him once. I was still a student at the time. He just stared at me, lost in thought for a while. He scarcely ever said a word. But how can one forget him?
Idealistic? I'll grant you that. But bright? Oh, don't go too far. He was completely incapable of passing any exams. All he ever did was to sit in on lessons, and not many of them either. Paleontology, mainly. He had an unhealthy passion for mammoths, which matched the state of his intellect perfectly. That is to say, prehistoric.
Prehistoric? How dare you? A little
So
far-fetched,
funny.
maybe. But he did have flashes of intellectual brilliance, comprehensible only to high-minded scholars who hold no score by appearances. My dear colleague, your hasty conclusions are somewhat cavalier.
My assessment is wholly accurate. The boy was a little odd.
Yeah.
You must
The idea was
concur
to
if
get
my
these guys to
father,
come
who was
across
rector
as
of the university at the
unlikable
time, had not
academics.
shown great indulgence
Yeah.
towards him. Hans
Good job.
Vorarlberg would have never attended this establishment.
What about the bandstand, then? Is that
I
the
dragged
work
my
of a
train into
deranged
their
mind?
office
Even after all
and run
these
them
years,
down.
you are still jealous of it.
My dear colleagues, I
Alternate ending,
beseech you,
hopefully.
let's show some decorum. We have a visitor. What do you want with Hans Vor...
No, not at all. I'm looking for him to clear up an inheritance matter. Is he still here?
What? Here? At the university? No, not at all. He left a long time ago. Yes, a very long time ago. The very year I was nominated to this position, in fact. Almost 50 years ago already.
The poor soul moved on once he learned all he needed to know about mammoths.
Ah, this establishment was never quite the same after his departure.
You could
it
never
must be
know
said.
enough about mammoths.
You mean
I
to
find.
say it was never as bad? All that oddball brought to this university was his misplaced fantasies.
Gentlemen, gentlemen, let's try to retain the calm and level-headedness that befits our position.
That went on forever.
Can you possibly help me out here?
Miss, you're insistent.
We cannot constantly be at your...
If you don't mind.
All right.
Here we are, busy chatting, and look at the clock. It's tea time.
Already? My word, doesn't time fly by?
Thank you for a charming visit, miss.
And thank you, gentlemen.
Charm. You didn't like me at all, and I certainly didn't like you, but okay. That's the library. I'm not going to go there yet. Got a whole other side of this place to explore. Excellent.
Excuse me. Sir, please, just a moment.
Yes, what is it? I'm not deaf, you know.
I am sorry to disturb you in your work, sir, but
This young Mammothus primigenius is barely 40,000 years old. Fantastic, wouldn't you say, miss?
yes, probably.
What do you mean, probably?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, you don't know, I see.
What I'm
can
trying
I
to
do
say
for you,
is, I don't give a shit about mammoths. That's
To
what
tell
it
you
is.
the truth, I don't know very much about mammoths, and I'm not here as a student. In fact, I'm a lawyer.
It's all right, nobody is perfect. All the same, the study of the Pleistocene period is fascinating.
I'm sure it is, but I'm sorry to say my current mission is totally monopolizing my time. Another time, maybe.
She never did
That's
give
what
that
they
old
all
guy
say.
5 minutes back in
Anyway, let
Valladolid.
me present myself. I'm Cornelius Ponce, Emeritus Professor and Lecturer at the University of Barrockstadt. I'm proud to say that I'm head of the Department of Paleozoology at our university.
Kate
Makes
Walker.
me still think that he's
Pleased to meet
nuts.
you.
So,
It wasn't really my intention to stop off here, but I'll confess, this university is really very impressive.
Ah, indeed. There's such a tradition of
only thing that makes me think that
and
it
so
isn't
much
Hans
knowledge,
is he's
a real depth of
not
culture,
slow in
intelligence,
any
and
way. It's just
gray matter.
So,
I myself did my
We'll see.
studies here and never left.
fingers crossed.
Actually, I'm here because I've been summoned by the rectors of the university.
Oh, I see. You must have made a mistake on your enrollment form.
Oh, no. I haven't come here to study. I have an important matter of inheritance to attend to. I have to find the heir.
And you hope you will find him here?
I'm not altogether sure. But you see, my train broke down coming into Barrackstadt Station.
In that case, my dear, you must come to one of my lectures. Here's a question for you. Do you know what the Proboscidean order is?
The Probowhatian?
I see. There are gaps
Hey,
in
take
your
an
knowledge
interest in
that
science,
need
guy.
refreshing.
I would have loved to study at a university like this.
No age is too old to start learning, my dear.
Maybe, but you know, the eternal student and all.
You prefer being an eternal lawyer?
I have